So Marlon just like, all right, Keith, y'all ready to go? And the mom was like, you don't want to stay just the night and then, head out in the morning? Mom was like, no, I'm just going ahead and really get on this road. Just go ahead and get on this road. And the mom was like, are you sure? Because at this time, it was like 10, 11 o'clock at night. And she's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. He was like, yeah, I'm sure. And that's when his twin sister had came in and started to sit down. He was like, I'm just going to go grab my stuff, get everything together, get the car cleaned out, and then we'll be on the road. I was like, all right, okay. So he left, and then I'm in the living room with Marlon's mom, auntie, and his twin sister. And his mom continues on the interrogation. Like she started asking me more about, the relationship with Kyan's dad, and am I terrified? And at some point, I even started crying when I was answering those questions because I'm just like, I wasn't fully ready to talk about that, like for real. Nah, not for real. But I was talking about it with somebody that I really didn't even know like that, and it was I don't know. I don't know. So by the time Marlon finishes everything, we ended up getting in a truck. I said goodbye to the mom and the auntie, and we started driving off. As we started driving back to Georgia, Marlon starts to get sleepy. And I was just like, well, since you want to drive back, like we can switch off. I'll drive. He's like, no, I don't want my lady driving. I don't want you driving, especially not at night. He's like, nah, I'll be fine. But 5 minutes down the road, he was dozing off. I'm like, no, you're not fine. Let me drive. And then he was like, matter of fact, we'll just get a hotel. I'll just get us a room for the night, and then we'll just do it in the morning. I was like, all right. So he ended up pulling off, getting us a hotel, and then we went to sleep. When he woke up the next morning, because his mama was calling all throughout the night, and of course we was asleep, so we weren't answering. So she was still thinking that we was on the road. So when we woke up the next morning, he saw all the missed calls. Then he called his mom to let her know that we stayed the night because we just wouldn't make it because he was falling asleep, and she was just like, we could have just stayed at the house. And he was like, no, it's okay, this and that. And then from the hotel, went and grabbed some breakfast and got on the road and came back to Georgia. When we got back, Marlon started unpacking all his stuff, like letting me see like all the stuff that he got from his grandfather, like a jacket, like a leather jacket, some of his books and a couple of his Bibles and all of that. Like he was just showing me all of that, and he put it in his little closet next to his sword collection. Yes, he had a mini sword collection. He was collecting swords because he said that he was going to give those, they were passed down to him from his dad, and he was going to give those to his kids to pass down, like keep it in the family. So he was showing me like all of that, and then him and Jackson was dancing as we were unpacking. It was just like a normal like night. So that night, because it was so late, we ended up staying there. We got an air mattress, and me and Mara was up on the air mattress. Jackson slept in the bed, and that was that. Woke up the next morning, you know, went to work because it was a Monday. Woke up the next morning, went to work to Jackson school. Like everything was normal. So as the week started to trickle down, it's like, dang, this is the first time that this is gonna be the weekend that I have Carter because this is supposed to be a Carter weekend. So I'm just like, I'm not ready for Marlon to meet Carter because I'm not ready for that conversation with Carter's dad because things have been going okay. I've been able to, talk to Carter. I still ain't been able to get him no extra time, but that's been okay because I don't really have a home right now. So I'm really just like going to work, coming back, you know, to whoever's house that I can stay in that night, if it was Marlon or Liz. But on Carter weekends, I stayed with Liz. So Carter weekend came, I went and got them. Everything was fine. I took me, Liz, and Jackson. We took the kids to the arcade. Like they played, they went bowling and all of that. Like we had a normal weekend. So that following week came, and my mom called me to let me know that she needed her car back. So I needed to now have me a car. And I'm just like, Okay, she's like, you can come down here, and when you come down here, we'll get you a car. But I need my car back because you put too many miles on my car. And I'm just like, okay, mama, all right. So I let Martin know. I was just like, look, this weekend I'm gonna go visit my mama, and then we're gonna get a new. I'm gonna get a new car or whatever. And he was just like, okay, all right. So we went about, the week normal, and then when Thursday came around, I got a call from Pop Pop letting me know that they were going to be in Atlanta that weekend because Lovey's niece was getting married. So they was going to be in Atlanta that weekend, and they were going to have the kids, and I can get Kion back. And I'm just like, all right. He said, are you ready to get him back? I'm like, yeah, I'm supposed to be going to my mom's this weekend anyway to get a new car. So he was like, all right, cool. So we'll just plan to meet up, like around like Saturday and exchange the kids. That way, we can do it just in time before the wedding starts. I was like, okay, cool. We can do that. And then he was just like, so what did we come up with as far as King? I was like, well, I'm not going to be able to register him in school. But it's pre-K. He won't need to, be registered for pre-K or anything. Like, we just got to make sure he starts kindergarten so he can miss pre-K. So I can get him back, and we can see how things go. I'm still trying to contact, Leah, his mom, but I haven't been able to contact her to see if she could like sign over guardianship to me or whatever. And he was like, well, have you talked to Darian? I was like, well, not recently. Recently, I haven't talked to him because it's just been just a lot going on. So no, I have not talked to Darian. And he was just like, okay, because I'm hearing that he doesn't want King with you. That's what I'm hearing. And I don't want it to be an issue on you when it comes to you and the boys. I need you to make sure you and the boys are good. And I'm like, okay. I was like, but we'll see you this weekend. We'll see you this weekend. I can't wait to see y'all. You gonna have Jack? I'm like, yeah, I have Jack. He's like, I can't wait to see y'all. I can't wait to see y'all. I was like, okay. All right. So, hung up the phone. When we hung up the phone, I ended up thinking about it. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't need Darian to make it an issue with me having, King. So I probably should have a conversation with him since I know I'm about to get King back. So I ended up calling him. He answered. He was like, hello? I was like, so, are you gonna somehow make it so that I'm able to sign King up for school? He was like, what do you mean? I was like, I need to get King registered for school, and you're his dad. Like, can you sign over something so that I can get him registered for school? He was like, the only way that I will sign over anything is if you give me the address. Like, you're not about to have both of my kids and I not know where they are. I was just like, but you know where we are. He was like, but still, I'm going to need your address. If you want me to sign over King, I'm going to need your address. And I'm going to need you to guarantee me that I'm going to be able to see them whenever I want to. And I'm like, no. No, like, no, what you mean guarantee you can see whenever you want to? I'm like, no, you need to get yourself together. And all I'm trying to do is make sure the kids are straight while you get yourself together. Like what you mean? And he was just like, well, no, I'm not gonna sign King over to you. Like, I'm not. I'm like, okay, well, something needs to happen because he needs to be in school. Like he needs to be in school. He was like, but the only way that I sign over rights to King for you is if you give me your address and you guarantee me that I am going to be able to see my sons whenever I want to, Jackson included.